Well, hello guys. This is gonna be like my first video on installation, I guess, unboxing of this Rizoma tank, fuel tank cap, gas cap. On the website here it says it's about 15 minutes to install. Why did I go with this one? Well, it's to complement the tank, that silver tank of the V4R. I think it just looks the best. May not be very ergonomic with the additional little key you have to open it, but I think it just looks great. So this will be a quick video on how to install it. What's in the box real quick. I only took out that one thing here. This is a spare. Looks like a gasket. An additional bracket and some screws. Oh, and another gasket. But of course, in the Rizoma Ducati fashion, there's no install instructions. So I try to pull that off the website here, but it's I don't see it. Particularly, I'm looking for the torque specs. That's really what I need. Yeah, so no torque spec. I couldn't find any on the website, so we'll just do 10 Newton meters to start and see how that feels like. Just open up the gasket. You'll find 4 screws in there. And they're not very tight. I just checked, but before I do that, I'm gonna cover this because it smells like gas and I don't want anything to fall in there. This should be pretty self-explanatory, I would imagine. I'm not sure if I need anything from here. Hopefully not. Well, we'll see. Just gonna set this here for now. And I guess if you're wondering what it looks like in the tank. It's a beautiful brushed aluminum tank. That I'm trying to be very protective of. Still waiting for tank grips. I decided to go with Easy Grip. They're out of UK, but before I do that, I'm gonna go with a full Tony James design BPF kit. That includes the tank BPF. I've already installed some of it and it's absolutely flawless. I just did the frontal kit option, but I'm gonna go with a full absolutely full kit now that covers pretty much everything that's painted, because the kit was phenomenal. Very fairly priced and very easy to work with. And it's almost invisible. So what I think needs to be done is you have to remove these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. It looks like they match the Rizoma cover. And then the whole plastic assembly comes off. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this rubber gasket yet. So I'm gonna unscrew it, attach it, and see if it works. Okay, so what I guess what you do here is you secure this bracket underneath with the protruded ends into here. It seems like it only really goes flush that way. And then you simply screw the provided screws into that. But first you have to use existing screws, the 4 that came out of here, and screw it back into the tank. I think that's the way it goes. So these are the existing screws. Just finger tight diagonally or crisscross for now. I covered the tank because it really smells. I should probably do this outside, but I'm indoors for now because the bike is not going to be ridden until the PPF comes in. So I figured do some of these small upgrades that came in that I have on hand. I'm putting it in the wrong hall. It's the inner halls. I am not going to tighten it too hard for now, or at least as tight as it was before, which was actually not very tight, maybe just finger tight. Now this O-ring, I believe goes on the inside like that. Doesn't really want to stay in place, but all right, that's as good as it gets. And now the top cap. There's really nothing on it except that one O-ring that came with it, so I'm gonna try to use it. There's only one way that it goes on. Just follow the hole patterns. And yeah, I think that's it. Now these are the provided screws. Again, I'm not trusting myself, so I'm covering the tank. Just finger tight. Yeah, I think that's it. Sometimes they give instructions, sometimes they don't. I have a multi-strata Pikes Peak with tons of parts from Ducati and various other vendors, but Ducati's hit or miss with their instructions. Sometimes they're on the website, sometimes they're not. Like this particular item didn't have any instructions, so you just have to figure it out on your own. It's pretty self-intuitive, but it's still frustrating because you're paying, you know, premium prices for these items. So just crisscross. Yeah, that one's loose. I'm hoping that gasket's gonna stay on. I think it is, so that's good. Yeah, that's snug. I'm not putting in any more pressure or any more torque than what I felt the original gas cap was screwed onto. And I think that's it. Let's give it a try. So the way this works is, where do we want this? Right here. Press, lock, and pull. I just don't like that. This is not aligned to the side. Or maybe that's just the way it is. Let's see if I can find another spot. Maybe this way. Nope, doesn't align. I might have to redo it. Or maybe that's just the way it is. With all the other caps, this seems to be holding it snugly. You really have to tug on it to unlatch it, which I like. So I just don't like having the other tanks that you, fuel caps that you press down, remove it, and then have nowhere else to just put it. You have to put it in your pocket or chance that it's gonna fall. But this, I could just put it back here into the ignition switch, and it's holding it. I like that. Since this is, you don't want to drop this because it's really well made. That's what just gives it that nice look. So I think that's it. I have to look at the manual to see if this should maybe go here. Maybe these two gotta go on the bottom, but that's a simple process, just swapping things around. Yeah, it took maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, just trying to figure out where what goes. And that's about it. I am gonna be doing some other videos if you guys wanna see some things next. So yeah, I'm waiting for the clutch cover. I couldn't decide which one to go with. I was running it without, and this oil started leaking from the bottom, so I put the original cover back on. For the time being, I think I'm gonna go with the billet. I like the carbon fiber stuff from Ducati. I like the Duca bike stuff, but I think I'm just gonna go with the billet aluminum from Ducati parts catalog, because it kind of gives homage to the 916. It has that same pattern, and if I go down, I think the billet's gonna protect the clutch better. And this is a pretty damn expensive clutch. It's that lightened clutch that revs up really, really nice. Some of the other things I put on is Evotech Performance, super easy to put on, 3 pieces. I was wondering how am I gonna put the fairing on, but it's just 2 bolts over here, and then the piece goes in here, and then you put another bracket in on the engine mount, and that's it. Over here, just put on these brake duct coolings for just to keep the dust away, not really for cooling. Primary, keep them clean. Secondary, I guess to keep them cool, and third for the looks, because I think it does look pretty cool. The sliders, and remove the mirrors because they look horrible. When I removed the mirrors, I went with the silver Rizoma ones because, again, to match the tank. The themes of the bike's pretty much going to be a lot of silver. Silver rear sets, silver reservoirs, and something else silver. By the way, these are the Rizoma indicators, which are phenomenal. They're tiny and they're so bright. And this here, I don't recommend. Running lights are okay, brake lights are okay, but these indicators, the yellow indicators, they're bright now, but in the Florida sunlight, they are atrocious. You can't see anything. So, well, any suggestions, any next upgrades, any comments, feel free to share. See ya. Well, I decided to remove everything because I guess I put things a bit backwards. So this goes here. This should just go on the other side, I guess. It would drive me nuts knowing that it's not aligning properly. So I'm putting the vent, because there's two vent holes here, and there's a little thing that you have to align those holes with. So they're gonna go just like, then you have to align the bracket too. All right, it's in. So the cutout to the back. Original Ducati screws go in. Now that I actually look at it, I'm not sure if the other hole align. Let me see. Yeah, it didn't. This hole here, if you move it just there, there's that hole. And now you can screw it into the tank. And then the other one aligns here. So maybe they put it backwards in the factory, which, gosh, I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so that's, because it doesn't make sense. Like, these are the little vents right here. Oh, okay, I guess it goes in there. No, because this hole was there originally. The tank was like that. I mean, this cover was like that. So, anyway, I'm putting it back, the cutout to the back. Then everything aligns. Like this hole here will align with this hole. This hole aligns with this hole. And then if you basically overflow a bit on the edges, it just goes in there, back into the tank, through that little hole. That's what makes sense to me. If I'm wrong, I will, thank God it's plastic. I will find out. So, back to align the holes. the screws? Where are the screws? There we go. A little more. There we go. Now they're aligned. Yeah, everything perfectly aligns when this is to the side. That indentation goes to the right. I mean, this is such a baby job that it. But if you don't have the instructions, you just kind of have to figure it out yourself. You will eventually, it just takes longer than it should. I screwed it up because I put the thing upside down because I don't have instructions. So now it's taking not 10 minutes, but 20 minutes. Come on, Ducati, get with it. Just give the freaking PDF like you do on most of this stuff. Off your website. And the Rizoma, I don't think, gives the instructions on this. This is a Rizoma product, but I didn't check the website. Maybe it's on their website, but you shouldn't have to. It should be on Ducati because it's bought it from Ducati, by Ducati, produced by Rizoma. All right. Finger tight, just like it was before. I'm not going crazy with tightness. Putting that O-ring back on, I think it helps. It seats a bit better now with once it was installed once. Yeah. I think this is money now. Now it's gonna be aligned. Yep, all the threads are there. I guess the gasket is supposed to be there, so. Oop. Spoke too soon. Yeah, this gasket. This gasket seals this because the original one had a gasket, so this one needs it. So you just press it on and it seals it nicely. All right. I must say that everything by Rizoma is just beautiful. Their fit and finish on the product is just amazing. So I gravitate towards their products because I've put tons of Rizoma parts on this bike, on this R9T. I've had it since 2016. This is my forever bike. And the parts I've put on it by Rizoma have been great. It's not solely Rizoma, but a lot of it is. Some is Moto Gadget, some is other brands. Moto Gadget, the Gillies rear sets on it, they're great. All of the fit and finish on the Gillies. On the anodizing, there's some spots I wasn't too fond of. Machining is much better, I think, on a Rizoma. Just beautiful. Everything they make is just beautiful. All right, now I'm gonna go crisscross, just finger tight. I'm not going crazy. I don't want to. Yeah. All right, let's test this out. Better work, better align. Press down, twist, open. And press down, twist. All right, that's where I want that sign. It's to the right, and that's how it's supposed to be done. Okay. Cool. The next project is gonna be the clutch cover. Eventually I'm putting the full exhaust on. That's gonna be a lot of work. Anyway, this is what it looks like, just an up close. view of this gorgeous fuel cap. Love it. I just knew I had to have the silver, just because of the tank. If it was a different color, maybe red, all red, probably just the black is fine, but this is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, boys and girls, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next little upgrade. If you guys want to see the other upgrades on the multi-strata, the Pikes Peak, I got a bunch of stuff on that. Cool stuff, exhaust from BHP UK, and just a bunch of stuff. Let me know. See ya.